Wow, we've got 102 people here. Wow, I didn't realise that many people would be waiting. Good evening, how are we all? I just like to apologise because obviously we were due a coffee morning the previous Monday, but we were travelling, so we couldn't do it and it got delayed and we did a coffee morning in Menorca. And then I was going to do one the following Monday, but we were travelling back, so I couldn't do it. And I couldn't do it the next day because my car had to go in the garage. And then the next day I was going to do a wine evening, but the car had to stay in the garage overnight. So it was like hell just trying to get my car back all day long. And by the time I got back and settled down, there just wouldn't have been time to organise a wine night. So this is the earliest time I could actually do it. So I am so sorry for everybody that I've kept waiting with the coffee morning, but don't worry, because Monday we will be back to the regular slot of 11 o'clock coffee morning. But before we begin, let's have some shout outs. Let's see who's with us. Let's have a look. Now is the time, everyone, to if you want a mention, pop your name in the comments now, and I'll try and give everyone a shout out. Try not to miss everybody. I'm going to scroll right back to the beginning of the chat so that I can see who we've got. So first of all, big thank you to the mods that have took time to actually take part this evening. If you don't know what the mods are people that are here to filter out basically the nasty people. So because we don't like mean people in our chat, do we? We like everything positive and nice and fluffy. So they're here to filter out all the garbage. So thank you very much, Belvedere and Andy, for being here and taking time. I appreciate it. Hi Craig, nice to see you. Tim's ear is better, but he now has toothache. Wendy Kemp is here as well. Hi to you. Hang on, sorry, my hand might be in the way. Ignore the hand, it's just so I can scroll down and get everybody. Ebony Knights is here as well. Fiona Crockett, Jules B. Obviously I scrolled very far back. Fiona, Mel is here. LS or LES, I think it is. Jenny Pearson is here. Leslie Harvey, hi to you. Eugene McGeever, James Robinson, all the way from Australia. Thank you for modding also. I appreciate it. Sean Edwards, Train Brain Auto, woohoo. Anna Tidmarch is here. Lucy Lou. Stacey Smith. I said Craig Cargill, didn't I? Catherine Beale, Wendy Chiverton. Rosie Lee having a cup of tea. I love that one. Lisa Lewis, Stacey Smith, I said Catherine. Ingrid Castile, Tyler, Joanne J is here. Sophie Robinson. I said Wendy Kemp, didn't I? Jenny Pearson said Jenny. John Ash, Leslie, Lisa Pryor, Stephen Dystone. Good evening to you. Just trying to make sure we've got everybody. Teresa, Paul Cockrell. Louise Horan, Carly Thomas, Tyler, Stacey Smith, Luz Weirdwild, Vinnie M. I'm trying to get everybody here. Customise it, Lil Bus. Oh, iBus is here. Joe Jack, Stuart, but I don't know if I can pronounce your surname, Stuart. But Bakuba? Did I get that right? Bakuba? I think so. I think I got it. Wendy Coppercut is here. Hi. Right. Michael Barnett, Tracy Long, Hazel Manship is here, Michelle B, Calvin S, Caitlin Nichols, Michael Bethwaite, Nidji J Spears, Phil, Andrew Lane, Michael Forbes, Monica, Clary, Sean Edwards, Fran Green, Lynn Tilmouth, Luz Widwell, thank you so much for your super sticker this evening. Thank you, and thank you for being a channel member. Chris Allen is here as well, Daniel Stevenson, Christopher Goff, Paul Hanson, Harrington, Gary Jones, Rachel Reeford, Dad's watching. He's actually downstairs with Thumps as well. Thanks, Dad. Steve Fraser, Eugene McGeever, I said Eugene, Nikki Piper, Ryan, and Sean Edwards. Big Sean is back in the house. Lauren Andrews is here as well. Haven't missed anyone. Steeman Lion, ITV1 HD Ideal Extra TV. That is a mouthful. Hi, that was bigger than your hi. Thank you so. I did pronounce it. Way. See, I'm not just a pretty face. Well, sometimes a pretty face. I wasn't this morning. That's for sure. Karina, hi. You managed to get in there before I moved on. Hi. Thank you for joining this evening. Let us know where you're from, where you're tuning in from. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Daniel. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Obviously, I'm here on the East Coast. We're by the sea. It's nice and hot, but not too hot, so like we can breathe and everything. And I'm having a rosé tonight. Whee! So we've got Northumberland, Norwich, Dundee, Liverpool. Craig says, Gabby, tell Tim to get to the dentist. I've told him to when he gets back. Swansea, Coventry, Cheltenham, Essex, Scarborough, Kent, Essex, Brum, Thetford. Yay! Oh, brilliant. Aylesbury, Oxford, Worcester, Blythe. I can't keep up, man. They're coming through really quick. Norfolk Broads. Someone lives on Norfolk Broads. Wow, nice. Mansfield. Yeah, nobody likes the dentist. Walk with me, Tim is here. I wish I was with you. Thank you so much for my super chat. Of course, I must mention Walk With Me Tim because he's a very special member, of course, you know, so I do have to give a shout out to him. Apologise, Tim, I'm on the rosé tonight, but I am only having a mini bottle, so I'm not drinking without you. Everyone else is saying hi, Tim. How's it going over there, Tim? Does everybody know where you are? Is it a secret? Can I let the cat out the bag? I want to. You know what I'm like. I can't keep my mouth shut. But I also would like to say a big hello to anybody that watches this on replay, because I know that I've had a couple of messages from people saying that they will watch on replay because they've obviously got commitments. I know that somebody is at bingo. Fancy picking the bingo over a live Q&A, hey? And Barry's got commitments as well this evening, so I know a few people have. So big hello to you when you do watch it on replay as well. Let Smidge out the bag. Smidge is actually here. He's asleep on the bed. I don't want to disturb him because if I do, he's going to make a beeline for this window and Smidge will just jump out. And it's so hot. I need to keep the window actually open because it is really hot in this house. We've got like insulation in, because obviously I'm in the bedroom, and we've got insulation in the roof. And since we've had that done, the room has become so hot, like ridiculously hot. And yeah, I need the window open. But you know, it's a little bit cooler probably than if you're living inland. I've got a couple of mentions actually that I want to mention to people. Hi Hayley, thank you for joining. Yeah, I've got a couple of mentions. The first one is, I just want to say a big congratulations to Hazel Manship's granddaughter, who is actually at her prom this evening. And I know that Hazel, I don't know if you're actually watching live or whether you're jumping in and out or what, you know, because I know that you're probably quite busy this evening. But Kira is all dolled up and she's having her prom. And I know that it must be a really, really proud moment as a nan because thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. Yeah, it must be really proud moment because when Holly went to her prom, my heart, I was just like, oh my God, you know, she just looked stunning, the most stunning she's ever looked in her life. So yeah, it must be really, really proud moment for you. So I hope it all went well. And I haven't checked out the pictures that you've sent me yet, Hazel, because I actually deleted WhatsApp to make space on my phone for the vlog that I'm doing. But I will. See you later, Pop. Bye. Love you lots. Tune in from your house. Bye. See ya. Dad's just leaving. Bless him. So yeah, it must be a really proud moment, and I hope it all went well for her. And I will. I did reinstate WhatsApp so I could have a look, Hazel. But the only thing is, I only did it a little while ago, and I need to sort of log in and that. So I haven't done it yet, but I will check them out after when I get a chance. So, Kira, congratulations on your prom, and anybody else who's actually going to prom, because there must be quite a few people that are doing prom, right? It is. You know, I don't think that, like, Craig, thank you for dairy-free ice cream for you and Thumps. Thank you, Craig. I really appreciate that. That's really kind. And I have been eating the ice cream. Do you know what? I have got through 2 tubs of ice cream because when we came back from Menorca, by the time we got through the queues, If you've been watching the channel, you'll know I put shorts up at Stansted. There was queues everywhere. There was queues to get on the train from when we got off the plane to go to passport control. That queue, it was just chaos to get on that train. Nuts. And anyway, that took ages. And then there was a massive queue for the long stay bus. That I will talk about in a bit as well. But anyway, I eventually got home. I think I made it home about 8 o'clock, which is ridiculous because I had a 12:30 flight UK time. So it was actually 11:30 Spanish time. So I should have got in 1:30 UK time. Yeah, that's right. So I can't remember. Anyway, I was meant to get in 1:30 Spanish time. No, UK time. UK time. And the whole reason for that is because we thought we'll get back at a reasonable time so that, you know, Funk's going to have a relaxing evening and that. But no, 8 o'clock we finally got in because of the queuing, which was an absolute joke. Why don't you address the bake-off rumours? Don't you think you should be asking Tim about the bake-off rumours? I'll talk to you in a bit about the bake-off rumours. Are we really keeping this up? Just tuned in. Are we having a quiz night tonight? Do you know I might be able to dig some questions out? If you want a quiz night, I could pull a few out the bag. But I need to remember what I did last week, quiz-wise, because I can't remember. I might have to do some off the top of my head. I'll see what I can do. We'll see. So, yeah, by the time we finally got back, it was really, really late. I can't even remember what I was going to say now. I cannot even remember what I'm going to say. I'll come back to this. Anyway, another big shout out is to this lovely lady. I don't know if she wants me to mention her name or not, but her name is, well, she's wrote a letter, so she probably doesn't mind me shouting her name out. I'm not going to say her full name because I don't know her full name, but her name is Leanne. And I don't know how this letter made its way to my house because she addressed it to the PO box address that we had when Thumps was born. You know, we set one up so that like people could, you know, send a baby card because people had wanted to and that. And yeah, and then I cancelled it because I didn't no longer need it. But this letter was sent to the PO box and it made it to my house, even though I don't have a PO box anymore. So I was shocked to come home to this letter. I'm not going to read it all out, but it's a letter from Leanne saying how much she really, really enjoys the coffee mornings and how, you know, she looks forward to watching them and how it's, you know, it's really comforted her and stuff like that. And I just wanted to shout out to Leanne and just say, I know that you've said in your letter that you're not in the chat, but, you know, you really wanted to write to me. I just want to say thank you so much. I have received the letter and it really means a lot. The words that you put in this letter, it's really moving. You put some really lovely words in there that have made me feel like I'm doing something positive. So, and that's what it's all about. So the fact that you wrote to me and wrote this really heartfelt letter, it's really, yeah, it's really made my week to receive this. And the writing's really neat as well, so I could read every single word. Thank you so much for supporting me. And I just want you to know that I've received it and I really appreciate every word that you've put. So I just wanted you to know that basically. So yeah, a couple of shout outs. So anyway, going back to these queues, right? Obviously, we got back from Menorca on Monday. It was an absolute joke. So we're coming back from, we're at Stansted and we get off the Jet2 plane. And as you get on this train, it was just masses and masses of people. And it was just a massive free-for-all. And it was like everybody squeeze and try and get onto this train when it appears. But the mass of people, you could have got crushed. It was that tight. And I was trying to hold Casper at the same time. Tim was saying to me like, Gabby, you know, don't let people cut in because otherwise we're going to lose our place and we're not going to be able to get on this train, you know, and we're going to be here forever. Because when you look behind you, the crowd was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger because nobody could fit on this train. And I was just in absolute shock that there was actually some staff members sat down on a chair doing absolutely nothing about manning the queue or the people. And it was just one of them situations where you could have got crushed. And I was so worried that Thumps and I were going to get crushed. I mean, I know that Tim's like, you know, quite bigger than me and he could probably just like whack people out the way. But because of the baby, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get squashed. I just thought it was really disgusting that Stansted weren't manning it. And for once, passport control was fine. We got through passport control absolutely fine. So why did you name your child after a friendly ghost? Well, it's not just a friendly ghost's name, is it? Casper goes way back, the name, so before the friendly ghost. So you could look at it as it's a more historic name, actually, rather than a friendly ghost's name. But, you know, there are a lot of ghosts out there that have got names that other people have got as well, you know. Well, I don't know. I don't really believe in ghosts, but yeah. So, yeah, it was absolutely crazy at Stansted. And then we had to get on the bus to go to the long stay, which is where we parked the car. And the long stay bus didn't come for over 30 minutes and the queue was just going right back into the airport. It was massive because they said that there'd been an accident on the road, which I don't know if that was true or not, because when we went on Twitter, we noticed that previous days had the same issue. So I don't know whether there's a staffing issue or a busing issue or what. But the one thing that disappointed me more than anything, it's not the fact that there was an issue. It was the fact that the staff didn't come and let us know, we're really sorry about your wait, that, you know, even if they said like we're short staffed, so we're just trying to do the best we can, you could appreciate that. But it's the not letting you know, it's the lack of communication that frustrates you, right? So yeah, getting back was absolutely hell and I was so tired. It was unreal. So we had an amazing breakaway, but we just we were just absolutely shattered when we got home. But we left Tim at the airport because Tim has flown out somewhere else the next day. So we came back without him. So we are Timless. Eugene says you can blame the thunderstorms for the planes. It's not the planes that were the problem. There was no delays with planes or anything like that, Eugene. The problem was just the queues at Stansted. It always seems to be some sort of issue at Stansted. I mean, usually it's passport control and the queuing is nuts. I mean, we've queued with Casper for a good couple of hours before, but I did put a short up on my channel of the queue. So if you have a little look back, you'll be able to see how nuts it actually was. Oh, thank you, Andy. Thank you for giving a plug about the mugs. Yeah, that's really good. Obviously, Monday I'll have my coffee mug out, and I haven't got a coffee mug now because it's evening, and yeah, I'm having a wine. Michael says, yay, a video from Zanti to come. So Tim's let the cat out of the bag, has he? Streamline says, Stansted is a joke. I just think they should just get a bit more organisation. I can understand being short-staffed and having, like, these technical hitches and stuff. I get it. It happens everywhere you go, you know, but it's just informing people rather than, like, the staff just sat down doing nothing. That's what really got me, like, when we were trying to get in the train. Because I just thought, if somebody gets hurt, then what? You know, you can't unring a bell. You know, it's all right saying, well, you know, if you get hurt, you can claim. But if you get hurt, you might be living with an injury that could be a lifelong thing. So, you know, you need to prevent it, not sit down and do nothing. You know, someone just needed to man it and have a bit of control. That's all. Sophie says, Gabby, when Thumps starts school, will you not be able to do as many trips with Tim? Oh, Sophie, we were talking about this the other day. That was my first sip. That felt good. I haven't had a drink since Menorca. God, I sound so deprived. I sound so drink deprived. Yeah, we were talking about this the other day because I had major issues. Like, I just want to apologise now if there are any school teachers watching. I don't really think there'll be many school teachers watching. I don't think that they would watch my channel. Might be on a completely different wavelength, especially after me saying on my coffee morning how I never went to school. So I might have off-putted any teachers that do watch. But if any teachers do watch, don't take this personally, but I had some real beef with, like, school and that, because obviously living on the East Coast, my job was always at a holiday park, and on a holiday park I could only ever take holiday out of season. In the 6 weeks break, Whitsun, Easter and all that, that was our busiest period and we were not allowed to take holiday then. It had to be out of season. But my problem was the school would not let Holly out unless it was the holidays. So it was like, well, something's got to give here. Either I've got to break the rules at work or break the rules at school. And I explained to the school, you know, we're working a summer season job and I sing as well. So I just can't take time off, and it's not fair that we're deprived of a holiday. And they just said, well, it's like that for everybody around here. And I was like, well, you know, you should be a little bit flexible and let kids maybe just have X amount of days or something like that, but give them some homework to do maybe on holiday or something like that, because I can totally understand it maybe inland, but when all the jobs on the East Coast, thank you, Train Brain Auto always breaks school rules. Well, they break rules, don't they? And the amount of times I've had to go to work and they've decided to go on strike or take a teacher's training day, and I've suddenly gone, what am I going to do? I need a babysitter and I need to go to work, you know, but that's okay. But if I want to take my daughter on holiday, I'm not allowed to. So anyway, I never really agreed with the whole school situation. And I used to just take Holly out anyway, and I used to just pay the fine because we just wanted to spend some time as a family and create family memories. And it never really affected Holly's school. You know, we took her out a lot. You know the saying, bad mums. I was a bad mum. Yeah, I was a real rebel. I was a young rebel bad mum, and I used to take her out and just pay the fine because I just thought, well, you know, I want my memories with my daughter and I want to go and see places and I want her to come with me. So we did. And Holly came out with top grades. So she's like got like A's and A pluses and stuff. And she did amazing in her exams. And they always said to me, you know, you taking her out, I'd get these threatening letters. You're going to affect her education and stuff like that. And I'd receive this letter and I'd read it, and there's part of me where I'd be like really like tough on the outside, and I'd be like, I don't care what you think. And there'd be another part of me that's thinking, oh, maybe I am a bad mum, you know, and stuff like that. And I'd feel really guilty about it. And all these threats of how I'm going to ruin her education, and she actually came out on top. So it didn't really ruin it, did it? So yeah, when Casper starts school, I think I'm just going to pay the fines and take him out with us. But I won't be going as frequently, you know. So Calvin S says, absolutely, family moments are the most important moments in life. This is a thing, you know. I mean, how many times have you lost someone, you like a nanny or a granddad or something, and you've looked back and gone, oh, I wish I'd have took that family holiday, but I didn't because I was worried about, you know, 4 days at school, 5 days at school, you know, in a year, you know, little things like that. I guess it's true. You affected her education, but perhaps you positively affected her education by the sound of it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. So, I just think that the way these letters are just worded a little bit harsh. Obviously, they tried to scaremonger you. But do you know what I don't understand? School is a load anyway, unless you want to go to university. Dave, oh my God. You always learn more being out and about than sitting in a classroom bored. That is true, Caitlin. I always found that the practicalities of life is so much better, because with me, when I was at school, it just went in one ear and straight out the other. Ebony, very true. You learn far more going out and about. I think you do. I think you do too. But obviously I want to do the right thing, but there's no way I'm going to deprive her of a family holiday. And to be fair, me and Tim did take quite a few without her as well. With the trauma and nastiness I experienced in school, if I had a kid of my own, I'd definitely choose to homeschool them. Yeah, and you know what? There were a lot of BITCHESs in Holly's year as well. So what did I do? Take her away from that for a week? You know. Freya says, my son is autistic and cannot handle the really busy times of the year, so we go in term time when it's quieter. It's better for his well-being and my bank balance. Yeah, I can totally get that. So when you take your son out with him being autistic, and I totally get it, because the crowds must drive him mad. They drive anybody mad, let alone someone who's like got autism. So what did the school say about that to you? Are they like, were they cool with you going out, or did they want to fine you? Tony, you get the homeschooling all going away all the time. I think so, Tony. I think you learn a lot. Like Holly learned like quite a lot of the Spanish, you know, because I speak good Spanish. Well, I think it's good. The Spanish folk might agree to like they'd probably disagree, and they'd probably listen to me talk in Spanish, and they're probably thinking to themselves, what on earth is this girl saying? But in my mind, I'm just reeling it off, and I'm just doing what I know, and I think, yeah, I've cracked this, and I seem to communicate all right with them. You know, I held a conversation in Spanish with this woman on a train the other night, and she couldn't speak a word of English, and Tim said, wow, he went, I didn't realise you could speak such good Spanish. You knew I could speak it, but not so good. And I said, do you know what? The funny thing is, until I started speaking to her, I forgot I knew all these things. So it's sort of, it is like riding a bike. When you learn a foreign language, it does come back to you, and it really did. So I taught Holly like a few Spanish words and stuff, and you know, your language improved. Holly went up like Mount Teedy and things like that, you know, so she's seen some incredible places because we've taken her away. We did take her away a lot. Yeah, we did. Yeah, maybe some would call me a bad mum, but I don't think so. In my opinion, I'd do it again. But I probably just wouldn't take Asper out. Like, at the moment, we are really making the most of it, and we're away all the time, as you know. But I don't think that I would take him out as frequently, obviously. I'd probably sort of limit it a bit. And do you know what? The best thing to do as well, obviously, I'm a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to, you know, trying to get out of school and that. So the best thing that I do is I try and overlap with like half term or the 6 weeks holidays. So I try to like, and I've done it in September, and I've done it like at the end of season as well. So like when the school term's about to finish, I will probably take her out of school like 2 or 3 days early. And what do you really miss on the last 3 days? Games day, wear your own clothes day, snog a boy day. You know what I mean? What do you really miss? A bit of flirting and a bit of bullying. So I take her out, and that way you get it a little bit cheaper if you book a few days before the holidays. And also in September when she's meant to be starting school. And this I do feel a little bit bad about, but sometimes she hasn't gone back till like the second day, because it is amazing how like flight prices drop. And I think, well, you know, on your first day as well, I know it's nice because you get to know everyone, but what happens? You sit in a loop in the classroom, you stick a sticker on, my name is so-and-so, and I like to sing. My name is Gabby, I like to sing songs, sit down. Oh, nice to meet you, Gabby. You know, it's a little bit like, what's it? Like an addiction group at school, innit, on your first day back. And everybody, here's your textbooks, write your name on the top, this is your class. And it's like, yeah, okay. So then you come home and you're like, these are my new books, what did you learn today? Nothing, we just got to know each other. So I don't feel overly bad about it, to be honest, but we are making the most of it now. It's weird though, because at the moment we are like, Holly is finishing college, she's like just completed it, and Casper's not at school and I'm not at the camp, so we've really got no sort of ties. Oh my god, you mean the loo? That's naughty. Maybe you're referring to somebody else in the chat, because I don't know what you mean by that. But I forgot what I was saying because I just read that comment. Oh my god, my mind, eh? Would you ever rule out doing an epic? Hang on, what was that? I've missed it. Where is it? Live chat. Go back. Sorry, I'm reading the chat on here today instead of my laptop. Would you ever rule out doing an epic road trip with the family, maybe in a camper van across Europe or around the UK coast? Tim wants to. I don't. I can't think of anything worse than being, I know that people love tour vans, and I totally get it. Everyone likes different things, don't they? Because if we all like the same thing, it'd be a bit of a boring world. So I do get it. But camper vans are not really for me at all, because I feel really cooped up, like I can't. What? Hang on, Jill. Like what? I'll read that back later, Jill. Yeah, I just feel a bit cooped up in a camper van. Like, I need to have a little bit of space. I need to be able to have a shower and have like space to move my arms and wash my hair. And I need space to sleep in a full-size bed where I can roll around properly, not for the reasons you're thinking, just generally to roll around because I'm a bit greedy with the bed, not for anything naughty or anything like that. And yeah, it's just not for me. And I don't want to be pulling up in a tourer van where I've got to walk down the field to go to the toilet. Because the thing is, at the moment, because I drink a lot of water because I'm breastfeeding, I go through like a lot of waters, and every time that I like feed Thumps, I get up and I nip to the loo. And imagine if I was in a camper van and I had to use facilities on a site, and every time I fed Casper I'd have to go to the toilet. Oh my god, I'd just do my nutting, to be honest. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So it's not really for me. But if Tim really wanted me to, and he was like, Gabby, please, I really need this, I'd do it. But I just wouldn't like it, to be honest. There's a massive truck-based camper van in Portugal with showers and everything. It expands in every direction. It's amazing. Is there? Well, what do you do? Do you have to hire it then or something? David Warner. Oh, when's the 950 Sun Holiday getting uploaded? David, let's talk about the 950 Sun Holiday. So I put the little teaser out there, haven't I? And it's all loaded. It's ready to go. I've got the vlog ready. And Tim has revealed... Sorry about this, darling, if you're still watching. You're probably not. You probably just chipped in just to make me feel like you are watching and you're not really. But thanks anyway for the super chat. Tim says that he's going to release it Sunday. And once he's released his, I can release mine. So he said his is coming out Sunday. So, because if mine comes out before, it's going to ruin his. Because his is... it'll give the game away too much. So I can't release it. So the first thing that's going to come out is the one I did in Menorca. That's going to come out tomorrow. So that is already edited. I'm uploading it overnight because my internet speed is a bit quicker overnight. And providing there's no issues with YouTube, because sometimes it pings back and says, oh, you got copyright for this in the background or that and that. And I think, oh gosh. So then I've got to go back into it, find where the issue is, bring it out, re-glue it all together and do all the bells and whistles. Not that there's many bells and whistles on my ones, but you know, it still takes time because then it knocks certain music from a certain bit out of sync, and then you've got to bring it all back, and then there's loads of effort got to go into it, and next thing you know, you're editing again for about another hour, and then trying to deal with your baby at the same time. So yeah, providing everything goes okay, that's going to be shown tomorrow for you guys. So I hope you like it. And then if Tim's is going up Sunday, then I probably will put... Oh, no, I've got a gig Sunday. But I finish... What time do I finish my gig? I've got a gig Sunday. And I don't know what time I'm going to get home because it's a late afternoon gig. So I don't know if mine might go up Tuesday. Only because I want to premiere it. And on Monday morning, I want to do the coffee morning with you guys, which means that the following day would be the best day to actually get it out there. Somebody just joined the Louders. Who was that? Let me just check. Let me check. Mark Thomas. Yay. Welcome on board. Cheers, Mark. This one's for you. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. And also... thank you to Julie C for your super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Andy Mullaney has been a member for 7 months. Does it feel like a life sentence, Andy? Thanks everyone for your support, he says. Thank you. Andy, thank you for yours. You've been supporting me since the lockdown gigs, haven't you? So I've known of Andy for a long time because when we first went into lockdown, I started doing gigs from home. And Andy was there then, and you've sort of come on board as it's grown into YouTube and stuff. And yeah, I've known you a while now, haven't I, Andy? Really? Socially. Sandra Dowling, hi. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us this evening. Dave23, anyone else watch Blue Van Man? No, I've never seen that. I've not seen Blue Van Man, not yet. Anyway, I want to tell you guys actually about what happened the other day because I had a nightmare day on Tuesday. I really wish that I didn't put the car in the garage. Thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin says, don't forget to give the live a like to help Gabby. Thank you. That would be great. Thank you so, so much. And Sandra says, so welcome. Wouldn't miss you, Gabby. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Has anyone told you look like Davina McCall? I've had it a couple of times. Yeah. And that's all right if people think she's fit. If you don't think she's fit, it's not all right. So it all depends what you think of her, really, as to how I feel about the situation. So Tuesday, my car went into the garage because when I bought my car, it came with a little bit of an issue. The passenger window wouldn't go down. And by the way, I can just see my nails through the camera because it's on selfie mode. I want to apologise for the state of them. They are like this from the holiday. I haven't retouched them up yet. I'm going to do it tomorrow for my gigs. So I apologise. Don't look at my nails. They're a bit chipped and a bit cracked. Yeah, so Sunday, the car went in. I have been trying to schedule. Wendy, you're looking better than Davina. Wendy! Oh, I love you, Wendy. My husband doesn't like Davina, but he has never likened you to her. Well, that's a good thing then, I suppose. I watch A Man in a Van. I can't keep up because I'm going from like subject to subject here. I'm like bouncing off everyone. Oh, Craig, wow, congratulations. Craig says that his sister is in labour, so he'll soon be an uncle. So congratulations to you, Craig, obviously when the baby's born. When the baby's born, please let me know in the comments so that I know, so I can follow it. My son is with Indiana Jones for the first time. I feel old now. What do you mean? Davina is about 15 years older than Gabby. What an insult. Thank you, Jules. Is she? I don't know how old she is, you know. What Graham says, what an insult to you, Gabby. Lucky you don't look like her. Oh, Graham, thank you. So I assume that that's positive. So people don't fancy Davina McCall then? Michael says, what wine are you drinking? I'm actually on a Pinot Grigio. I'm not a rosé fan, but it's all we had. Vicky says, much prettier than Davina. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a Pinot Grigio. I'm a red wine drinker. I've got to be honest, but we got nothing else in. My dad bought me these little mini bottles and he said to me, here's some mini bottles and then you can have one when you're getting ready for your gig. And I'm like, well, I drive everywhere, so I can't drink the mini bottle before the gig. So here I am. I'm drinking it now. Davina is a hooter, someone says. So anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about Tuesday. Get ready, sit comfortably. This is a long story. 214 people watching. 115 thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs. It helps the algorithm. It helps people like yourselves enjoy a good chat. Do you know what? I really appreciate everyone saying I look better. How come everyone thinks I look better, but that geezer that just said that I look like Davina doesn't think that? How come? You know. So, yeah. Here we go. Tuesday. Tuesday could not have gone any worse than any other day. I always say to people, whatever you do, make it a positive one. Look on the bright side, look on the positive side, all that, you know, and all that jazz. But I woke up, I had to be at the garage between 8 and 9. The garage is a good 45 minutes drive. I have to go through the city to get to the garage. So during rush hour with a baby. And it just so happened that because we got in late, previous night, or late knock-on effect, getting everything sorted and that, Casper went down for bed quite late. So anyway, she went down late. He went down late. And then, I say she because I was reading a comment about Davina McCall. So I woke up the next day to the alarm. Casper, for once, was still snoozing his head off. So I could have slept longer. And I was like, why? Why is it that when I've got to get up, he's asleep? So therefore I couldn't prepare his breakfast or anything. And we couldn't get anything done because I didn't want to wake him, bless him. So I ended up getting Casper's breakfast, bringing it with us, taking his clothes, putting him in the baby bag so I could get him changed in the city. So here's the plan. Tim's away. I ring up my mum. I say, Mum, I don't know if Mum's watching or not. No, Mum's got a gig. She's not watching. It's okay. I can moan about her. It's fine. So I said, Mum, can you follow me down to Norwich to the car place to get my car sorted? This issue has been ongoing for a while and they've known about it. I've had to keep cancelling because Tim's away. I can't get there and they don't give me an appointment. They say, drop my car off between 8 and 9. This could take all day. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do then? Because this garage is in the middle of an industrial estate. No bus route that I know of. Can't get home. And so I'm like, so what do we do with Casper all day long? And Casper's running round. So anyway, I say, Mum, can you follow me down? And what we'll do is we'll go into the city. We'll drop my car off. And then we'll go into the city in your car. And, you know, we'll have a nice leisurely day. Everything will be wonderful. And then when the car's done, you drop me back off at the car place and then I'll drive home. No problems. And Mum's like, oh yeah, okay then, no problem. So I get everything in the bag. We go in this car, in my car. Mum's following behind. As we're heading towards like the main roads coming out of where we live, there's like a 30-mile-an-hour zone, single lane. And I lose my mum 6 times. 6 times I lose my mum. My mum let so many people cut in front of her and I was like, oh my gosh, we're never going to make it. We're never going to make it. I had to keep pulling in here. Whoa, Smidge, you little... Oh, hang on, Smidge has just gone out the window. Smidge! 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 Oh, you little... Oh my God, can you all just please wait a second? I've got to get the cat. Ugh. To get a broom up at the window. Cat's gone out the blooming window. Smidge. Come on. Good boy. In. Go on. In. In, Smidge. Good boy. Oh, man. You're a very naughty boy. You know you're supposed to go out there. Go on. Downstairs. Oh, man. Sorry. I'm so sorry that you've been staring at a glass of wine. He's gone downstairs now. He was literally on the bed, chilled. He must have saw a bird out the corner of his eye and just darted. Oh man, so sorry everyone. Whew. The glass of wine does look nice. I need it now. Look what Smidge makes me do. James, I think he might be saying that. I don't think he wanted to jump. The suicidal cat. You know, he didn't jump like out. We're upstairs. He didn't jump out the window. There's like a flat roof. So he didn't just go, whoa, and just jump. He literally just darted onto the flat roof and then onto the neighbour's flat roof. So that's the problem. He gets onto the neighbour's, then he'll go in the neighbour's house. He's done that a few times. So that's why I've got to get him back in, because he will just do that. So yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I love these moments. Do you know what I'm going to do at the end of the year? Every time we get these jokey moments, I'm going to condense them all into a vlog. Anyway, what was I at? My mum. Right, so how are you tonight? I've been watching for a bit and find you and got to say your daughter is the double of you. Oh, double of you and is a little... I don't know why, Stephen, but only half of that message has come out, so I can't properly read that. Oh, so I can only see something like getting on with Teevin. I assume you're not on about Holly when you say Teevin, right? Probably Smidge. Not Smidge. Oh, God. Smidge on the brain after what he's just done to me. Anyway, Casper's all right. I think he's got most of his teeth now. We're just waiting for four to come through on like the gnashes, basically. So anyway, I lost my mum 6 times, and I had to keep pulling in at the shop and wait for my mum. And then I finally got to the roundabout, lost her again, and I had to go around the roundabout 5 times, right, until she caught up with me. And as I come around the roundabout, I just like flicked my hazards on to flash her, like to let her go and let her know it was me. And she didn't even see me. She didn't even notice it was me, and she just went. And I thought, okay, strange. And then we're driving along the road, and we're on a dual carriageway. I drive next to her and then get in front of her, and I put my hazards on and say, right, Mum, I'm here. Now, I know my mum thinks my car is a black Golf, right? But I'm flicking my hazards on, say, I'm here, we're there. So I thought I better keep at her pace. We're doing 40 miles an hour in a 70 zone, and I thought my car is never, ever going to get there. I'm going to be so late. So anyway, she rings me up. I need to go to the petrol station. By the way, my petrol, because of the drive back from the previous night, my petrol is like on the red, big time. So I need some serious petrol, dude. So my mum, I said to her, like, she rang me up on loudspeaker and said, where are you? And I said, I'm in front of you. And she went, oh, that's you, is it? And I was like, yeah. My mum has always been like this. If I ever pass my mum on the road and flash her and wave and bit my horn, she doesn't notice me. She's so tunnel visioned and just doesn't even look. So she's always been a bit like this. So don't worry. She hasn't got the dementia setting in yet, like everyone thinks from the other day. So that's fine. So I said, Mum, we need to pull into Sainsbury's. I need to get some petrol. So I've got Casper in the car. I put £50 worth of fuel in my car because I only need £50 to actually fill the tank. So I put £50 in, and then I go in and there's a queue a mile long, and I'm like, oh God, Casper's in the car on his own. So I've like got one leg in the door looking out for Casper and one leg in, like waiting to my part in the queue. And people are trying to push in, and I'm like, don't push in, just get behind me because I'm just keeping an eye on the door because I've got my baby in the car. And anyway, I'm in this queue for ages. And I finally get to the beginning of the queue, and the lady says to me, sorry about your wait. And I was like, I appreciate you apologising. I said, it's not really convenient, the wait, to be honest with you. I appreciate what you're saying because I've got a baby in the car and he's in there alone, you know, and I've got one eye on him, and, you know, and she's like, oh, that, she said, I would apologise. And I said, no problem. I just thought, just hurry it up because I've got to get back to the car. And then she went, it's £50, please. I go to pay on Apple Pay. And she went, oh, I'm sorry, we can only accept cash. And I went, well, I don't have cash. And she went, well, if you've got your bank card, can you go to the cash point and get some money out? I said, well, I don't have a bank card. I said, I've got Apple Pay. I don't usually carry my card. I usually do everything on my phone. And she went, oh, well, it's down. She went, I'm sorry, I need to have cash. She went, so if you could just go and get your baby out the car and bring your baby in here, we'll fill some forms out. And I went, no. I said, I ain't bringing my baby out the car. He's in his pyjamas, I said, and he's been waiting God knows how long. And I've got an appointment and I've got to be there between 8 and 9. It's now 9:10. I said, no, I'm not. And then she went, oh, we'll have to fill the forms out here. And there was a woman at the back of the queue that turned around and said to me, do you want me to pay for your petrol? I'll pay for it. And that was really nice of her to say that, because you don't usually get that. You don't usually get people offer to pay for your petrol. So it's really nice. And I said, do you know what? I said, I can't let you do that. I'll put £50 in my car. And she said, I don't mind. I'll pay for it. And I said, I've got money. I said, I just don't have access to cash, you know, because I've just got my phone. And she was like, oh, can't you pay on your phone? And I said, no, the cash register's down. You have to pay cash. And she went, oh, what? And then she sort of swore and walked off because then she realised she'd got a problem too. And I said, do you know what? I said, if you had told me or put a sign up telling me before I loaded my car that there was an issue, like with fuel and stuff like that, and you needed cash, I wouldn't have filled my car up. But I'm not going to go and pick my baby up and then come and do this and then be even more late for my appointment after standing in this queue for God knows how long. And she made me fill some forms out, so I assume they're going to send me a bill, which is absolutely fine. I don't mind paying it. But it was just the fact that she'd said to me, go and get your baby out the car and bring your baby in. And I thought, well, why should I bring my baby out the car for something that was an error on your part? Really? And she went, well, someone's gone out there now to do it. And I went, but that was no good then. I'm not a magician. I can't rewind the clock. That was a problem then. So anyway, that was a bit of a nightmare. So I got to the car shop where I originally bought my car, and I got in there finally after like Google Maps. Like, I needed Google Maps to get there because it is a bit of a funny location, like throughout the city. And because I'd lost my internet, I then lost it on Google Maps and couldn't find it. So I had to guess my way there. So that was a bit of a nightmare as well. And I'm like stressing, and I've got steam coming out my ears, and I'm just like, oh, take a chill pill, calm down, calm down. Don't worry, being caffeine hero soon. It's all going to be fine. And so I finally got there, and I walk in, and the doors have not even opened. And as soon as I walk in, this guy on the counter goes, how can I help you today? And I went, the doors haven't opened yet. Like, let the doors open. They're like, they are so trained to just jump on you. I hate that hard sell. Pack it in. Just give it up. I just really, really hate it. It's not the little lad's fault who's done it to me. It's their managers telling them to be like that. But the doors hadn't even opened. I was like, let me breathe, man. Anyway, so I just walked in, and I just went, I'm not buying a car. I said, I'm sorting a car out. So I walk in, go to the counter, and not, hello, how are you? Are you having a good day? Or anything like that. The first thing they say to me is, we just need to sort who's going to pay this bill, you or us. And I was like, I went, you're paying this bill. And they were like, yeah, well, we know, but we just need to have a look and check it out. And I was like, the thing is, I went, I told you about this issue literally the same week I bought the car. I just haven't had a chance to get down here because of the situation. So, but the first thing they were thinking is, who's going to pay this? It's all about like the money and that. And I thought, there is no way on this earth I'm going to be paying for this issue with this car. No way. So I'm already like, my back's up a little bit. Anyway, they go and find out, and then they come back and say, it's all right, we're going to pay for it. And I thought, okay, that's fine. She went, but if we find any other issues with the car, we'll invoice you. And I said, don't look for any other issues. I'm here for one particular issue only. Do not look for any other issues, and do not invoice me. And I told her straight, and I thought, if I get an invoice coming my way, I'm going to kick off. So I don't kick off very often, but I was in a really bad mood. And it's really nice that I can offload this, because I've really wanted to offload this for a while. So we left. We got Casper into Mum's car, and so on and so forth. We go to the city, and I think, I can't remember, they call it, it used to be called Chapel Fields. They call it something else now. It's called, is it called Charter or Chantley Place or something like that? Anyway, the name of the malls, if you're from Norwich, you'll know what I mean. The mall's changed name. It's Chantley Place or whatever. But we always park in there. So it's like you go right down a dip bit. Thank you, Jenny. Right down a dip thing. Hang on. I think someone just sent a super chat. I feel like I've got to shout that before I lose it. Hang on. Craig, thank you so much for your ice cream sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Who's Michael Forbes? I'm 44 on Sunday. I don't know if I'm missing a couple of super stickers here or not. I do apologise. I will make sure I look back on those. So anyway, you go into Chapel Field, and you go down like a really, really long slope to get down there. So we get out, no mother and baby parking spaces available. Zillions of disabled, which I appreciate, there should be an adequate amount of disabled spaces. But in comparison to mother and baby, they don't have any in comparison. So it should be a little bit more even, because there's always loads of disabled spots available, but there's never any parent and child. So my theory on that is the parent and child is seriously in demand. So maybe compromise a couple of the disabled ones, give us a little bit more, because there seems to be a lot of disabled ones available, because they've just really gone to town with the disabled parking, which is a great thing. But you know, there's a lot of parent, because you have to get prams out, and these parking spaces are tight, and I mean really tight, to the point where your car gets damaged every time someone parks next to you. So you really need to have a little bit of space to get your pram out, because I can't even open a car door, get into my car, get Casper out, and then like you know, because I can't open the door fully to get him out, it's a nightmare if I don't have a parent and child parking spot. So I try and park where there's no cars either side, but in there is impossible. So anyway, that's that. So we have to park in a narrow spot. This is in Mum's car, so Mum's parking. We eventually get the baby out, and I'm like, Caffè Nero, let's go. And I'm really excited about going. So we've got Casper in the pram, we're ready to go. We walk into the indoor bit to go to the lift, and the fire alarms are sounding off. There's a fire in the building, there's a fire, everyone needs to evacuate, get out now. And I'm like, oh God. And there's all these people running around in high-vis vests, like flapping, like everyone needs to get out. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So there's a fire marshal, and he's got a high-vis vest on. It says fire marshal on it. And I went, okay, where's our nearest exit? Because I know there might be a nearer one, because otherwise we've got to go right up a great big slope and we can't go into the building to get out. I said, where's the nearest exit? He says, I don't know. And I went, what? It says fire marshal on your back. And he was like, I don't know. And I went, well, I'm not going to stand here and burn. I'm getting out. So I think I'm getting out the way I came in. So we get Casper and we go up the slope, and the barrier's down. We can't get the pram through it. And the guy that's manning the barrier is still letting cars in to the building. They're still letting cars in, yet the fire alarms are going off. And I say to the guy, can you lift the barrier so we can get the pram out, because we want to get out because of this fire alarm that's going off? And he went, is the fire alarm going off? And I was like, yeah. I thought, who gave you guys fire training? Because you don't even know there's an alarm going off. You're going to stay down here and burn to death. And the fire marshal, who's meant to know everything, knows nothing. So I thought, do you know what? I'll just duck the pram under the barrier and we'll walk up. And I was exhausted pushing the pram up that hill. I was absolutely exhausted. So eventually we got out, and I was like, right, I'm going to Greg's. I need a vegan sausage roll. De-stress, because I can't go to Caffè Nero, so I need to go to Greg's and get a vegan sausage roll at least. I go in there for a vegan sausage roll. They turn around and say, we just sold the last one. I was like, oh man. I went, Mum, we need to go and get a coffee or something somewhere. Where are we going to go? And I said, we can go John Lewis. She went, oh no, John Lewis is all on different levels. It's a nightmare. I said, right, we'll go Costa then. So Costa, a bit further down the road. So we make our way there. And I said to my mum as we're walking, I wouldn't be too surprised if we can't get a table in here, because everyone's vacated chapel fields. We go in and there's a sign on the door saying we are closed until further notice. I was like, oh man, I just want to get a coffee. So eventually got a coffee in Starbucks. And then anyway, I then get a phone call from the car shop saying, you can't have your car till tomorrow because we've got to wait for a part. And I'm like, great, I'm carless. So Tim's away. I have got access to the Range Rover, but I'm carless pretty much, because the Range Rover keys are in my car, which is in the car shop. And there's no point in me going back to the car shop for nothing. So I have to wait for Holly to get her keys so I can get in the house. And yeah, so Mum says, look, you've got my car for emergency if you wanted to. So anyway, we spend the day in Norwich, and I get home and I've got a letter waiting for me. And I'm like, right, let's open this letter. Let's see what this is all about. Just normal white letter. I open it up. Oh, Craig, thank you for your super chat. Pray for Madonna, she's got sepsis. Oh, really? I did wonder why she was in intensive care, because they didn't really give any information away. Oh, praying for you, Madonna. I sing a lot of your songs. Shouldn't have cancelled your tour, though, because I'd have done it if you needed a substitute. I do really feel bad, though. That is awful. I thought it was a bacterial infection as well. But this is a thing, right? Lots of cross wires, isn't there? I wouldn't have opened the letter after a day like that. Well, you know, I did think to myself, you got to open your mail, right? So you're not going to believe it. Can you remember my Tesco vlog that I did on the food shopping that day? I have a fine for being in Tesco's too long. I have been fined for staying in Tesco's too long. I come home to a fine, 70 quid. And I was like, no. And I thought, all I did was go in there and spend so much money. I went in to Tesco's. I went to the baby section. I bought baby clothes. I went to the cafe. I bought 2 lots of coffee, and we bought lunch as well. And then I went shopping, and I spent over £50 on food shopping. And my mum bought food shopping, and I got fined for being in the car park too long. Oh man, I was just like, cheers, Tesco's. Cheers. You can shove your food shopping up your So yeah, I wasn't really impressed. So anyway, I've tried really hard to put a letter together to appeal it. And I can understand them finding people that park there and go off to London on the train for the day and stuff like that. But I was a genuine shopper, and I was spending my hard-earned cash in there so I could feed my kids. You know, so I know, right? No way you paid that though. No, Dave, I haven't paid it yet. Because like I've appealed it, so I want to see what happens. But it can take up to 35 days. So they better not like double my fine if I haven't been paid in time. But I don't think they will, because they've said they'll put it on hold until they've found a verdict. Joanne says, happened to us twice in our local Tesco's. Oh my God, Joanne, did you pay? Because the thing is, you know what frustrates me about Tesco's? Is that they encourage you, don't they, to spend your time in there. They put a cafe there for you to have a leisurely coffee, and you know, you have coffee, you have a chat. They've got baby changing units so that you can change a baby there, so you can go and have a coffee. They've got like clothes shopping department. And the thing is as well, this is going to sound like a really naff excuse, but you asked Tim, I spend so long in Tesco's because of this no milk situation. I read the back of every single label, and it takes me double the time to shop than anybody else, unless I'm getting things I know. But if I'm looking for things because I want to try something different, I can spend ages just looking for milk-like thingies. So yeah, I'm just like, oh man. Lucy says, please do appeal, Tesco's. Hope you are successful. That's terrible. Nice that you are doing evening chat. Normally, oh, hang on. It doesn't give me long to read these, you see. It goes off. Hang on. Nice that you are doing evening chat. Normally can't come as working in the day. Oh, Lucy, well, it's nice that you're here. Really appreciate you being here. You know, that is what's nice about the evening ones, because it gives the people a chance that are working during the day a chance to be here. Tim. Oh, is Tim in the chat? Where's Tim? Hang on. I got to find Tim's comment. I didn't even see. Is she drunk yet? Tim, that's all I've had. Like, that much. Anyway, you was drunk last night. I won't go into too much detail, but I think Tim had a very nice evening last night. Didn't you, Tim? Tim's going to have some great footage for you guys from this trip. You're going to absolutely love it. Joanne says, we paid. Hang on. But my husband blamed me. We should have appealed. Yeah, well, the thing is, right, there was part of me that was like, do you know what? I've just had such a bad, like run of luck. You know, like, it could have been Friday the 13th for me. And I just thought I could... Don't get me wrong, like it's not major stuff, but it was just like really annoying stuff, you know, like when you have one of those days. That's the only way I could describe it. One of those days, that's what it was. So it wasn't like a tragic day, but it was just like everything was really inconvenient, massively. So I just think, do you know what, for the aggro, because I just can't be dealing with it, because I've got so much, you know, I'm at home now, I'm trying to do food and freeze it for Fump so that he's got some like decent food to have while I'm at home, and while Tim's not working from home and stuff. So, and I'm trying to get the house organised and get it properly cleaned up, and I'm trying to get all that done. I had to go to Tesco's like twice anyway because of stuff we needed. And I did think to myself, do you know what, I just can't, because by the time I got back from Norwich the other night, it was about, must have been about 6:30 in the end by the time we'd finished doing what we were doing. And I just thought, just pay it, Gab, just pay it and just shut up about it. But I was just like, no, like I've slept on it, I've thought about it, and I've just thought, on principle, I'm not paying. I'm not going to pay £70 for going into a shop to spend over £70 and put money in their pockets you know, so that I can feed my family and be fined £70 for that. I haven't done anything wrong. Yeah, I've overstayed my welcome, but no word of a lie, I didn't really think about it. I just went in there, did what I do. And, you know, these things just take time. You'd be chatting away, having a coffee with your mum, and you'd just be like, with Casper, I'll probably have to breastfeed him at some point, or feed him his lunch. He'd probably be napping, have to wait for him. You know, I want to try some clothes on if you want to buy anything. And I just thought, no, why should I pay £70 for keeping that company in business? Like, I never abused the car park. It was a genuine, like, accident, but it has taught me a lesson. And it's going to cost Tesco's, because I ain't going to drink coffee in there anymore. I'm going to just go somewhere else, because I'm too terrified now, because, like, my mind's not thinking about the car parking. I'm now thinking, oh, God, I'm going to be stressing the whole time, thinking, God, what if I overstay my welcome and I get another fine? So I have now learnt a valuable lesson not to drink coffee in Tesco's, which is a shame for Tesco's, because I would say I put a lot of money over their counter, because I probably go in Tesco's at least once a fortnight. And when I do have a coffee there, I probably have 2. And my mum has 2 too. So, and then we probably have snacks. So that, okay, it's not a massive loss to them. But if everybody thought like that, it would be, wouldn't it? So, yeah. So Tesco's has lost out, really. I think Tim needs salt water for his tooth. Tim, how is your tooth? I haven't asked you today how your tooth is. I know it hasn't been good. He does need to get the dentist. If more people get fined, less people will shop there. Yeah, that is true, Caitlin. Like, to be honest, a lot of the time I will do delivery to the house. I wish I had it done now, because if I'd have done delivery at the house, the delivery would have been a lot more less of a sacrifice with the price than the £70 fine and the petrol that it takes me to get there. Well, I'm not penny pinching, like, it's not a problem, but I just think it's money for nothing. Like, it's just not on. It could be £70 that I put in Thumps's bank account, you know, so it's just not fair. And it's like these school fines that we're talking about. Where do these school fines go? Like, I did ask a teacher once, and I said, when I'm paying all this money for the school fine for taking my child out of school, where's it going? I thought, is it going on children's stationery? Is it going towards school meals? You know, what's it going to? She couldn't tell me. So it can't be going to anything useful for the children. That's how much they're thinking about the children's needs. Shirley, how's Tim's ear infection? I don't think he's got an ear infection as such, because I think it's okay now. He's got toothache. Train Brain Auto and Google Money Saving Expert on parking fines. What? Money Saving Expert on parking fines? What do you mean? Caitlin Nichols, in their pockets, lol. Well, it's true, isn't it? It probably is in their pockets. Andrew says, I bet you wish you had a home delivery. I do wish I had a home delivery, because it stressed me out, and because I'm not going to get, like, staff Christmas party. I bet, but it does stress you out, because it does say when you send it off, we'll respond within 35 days, and you're like, so I'm going to be stressing about this for 35 days, whether I've got to pay it or not. Like, it's really annoying, isn't it? Steaming Lions, teachers think they are God. Oh, Steaming Lions, I hope there's no teachers in the chat. Leslie says, and not everyone can shop within the time limit, especially disabled people with young children and babies. Well, this is what I said. Like, I'm with my baby and my elderly mother. Isn't that right, Mum? Oh my God, a car just pulled up. Not at my house, that's the neighbours. Hang on, I'm missing out on the chat here. Right, so we got 222 people tuned in and 154 thumbs. Hit the thumbs, everyone. Let's see what we can get thumb-wise. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, hit the thumbs, hit the thumbs. I've got 154. Anyone going to hit it? Hit it, hit it. See if it goes up. 156, that'll do. That's gone up a little bit. You and Tim should go to Wimbledon next week. I wish I'd have gone to Glastonbury. Oh my God, I heard Elton John was amazing. Did you hear that Dua Lipa turned down duetting with Elton John because she's got a dinner party? What? Good night, all you awesome friends. It's 5:12 a.m. here, and I'm babysitting orangutans. Have an awesome day, everyone. James, do you work through the night or what? Anyway, good night to you, James. I can understand why you need to go to bed. I totally get it. Thank you for coming and joining, though. It is madness, isn't it? I forget that while I'm sat here this evening, someone from Australia is actually watching, and it's really late there. Tesco's do not run their car parks. They are managed by an outside company. And once I got out of a car park fine in my home... Once I got out of a car park fine in my hometown of Attleborough after I won an appeal. Oh, wow. I'm glad you appealed it and you got out of it. I know that Tesco's don't man them, because originally I was going to contact Tesco's to say, like, you know, what's the best approach to this. And as soon as I tried to deal with the situation and go on their contact details, they did say that you have to go through this particular company, which is, it's fine. I totally get that. But either way, if they're working alongside Tesco's, I get it. If people are abusing it and then going off, I get it. But yeah, I don't understand it, to be honest with you. Anyway, I don't know how long I've been live for, but I've been talking quite a lot, haven't I? Oh my God, I've just checked. We've been live for an hour and 10 minutes, 71 minutes. That's absolutely insane. 228 people watching. Can we see Thumps? He's cute. He's downstairs at the moment. So the only thing is he's chilling downstairs. If I bring him up, that'll get him all ratty. But he's going to bed in a minute. Hi, Gabby. Me and my Aunt Maria love your videos. Happy we could finally catch a live. How are you? Thank you. I'm very good, actually. Obviously, we just got back from Menorca. That Menorca trip was really, really nice. Obviously, I'm getting a vlog out, and that's going to go up tomorrow. All being well. I can't say 100% it'll go up, because, like I said, it depends on, like, YouTube, if there's any, like, copyright situations or anything like that. And if it runs smooth, the upload, then yeah, if it all runs smooth, then it will be up by tomorrow, and I'll do it then. And you'll be able to see a little bit more of Menorca. It was my second time to Menorca. I went before to a friend's wedding, and it was raining cats and dogs from the moment we got off the plane to the moment we got back on the plane. It's been absolutely nuts. Recently, I went to the dentist today. It was hideous. I saw the funeral directors next door. What? Hang on, that's just gone off. I saw the funeral directors next door. I thought it was a sign. Rosie, you're worse than me. That's paranoia, that. Stop thinking like that. A dentist is a good thing. You go to the dentist so you can get things put right. Think positively. Rather than look at the cup half empty, look at it half full. It's half full because they're sorting you out. They're not making you worse. Am I singing this weekend? Craig says. Hang on. Gabby, my sister's labour has been long. Was yours a long time? So the question, Shirley, am I singing this weekend? Yes, I sing every weekend at the moment. I don't have any weekends free. I've had to book, like, I've booked a week off in September so that me and Tim can book a holiday again so we can have some family time, but that'll be it. Failing that, like, if I go away with Tim, it'll be between, like, Monday and Thursday probably, because I've got no availability. I don't have any Saturday nights free until November, and even then there's only like one, and I don't have like any Fridays throughout the whole of the summer and autumn. So yeah, it's chocker. It's really, really chocker. One of the staff was rude to my daughter, asking her when her baby was due. She's not pregnant and a size 8. She then said, "Oh, too much wine during lockdown." Oh my God, Vicky, that's really rude. That's worth a complaint, man. That's bad. James, yes, I did sing at California Cliffs this year. I don't know if you heard about the dramas with that. I sang at California Cliffs and the monitors weren't working, so I literally just like had no voice at the end of the gig. I only sang for like, it was only an hour's gig, but I couldn't hear myself the whole way through it. And when I come off stage, I said to the manager, is your monitors working? He said, yeah. I was like, well, how come I couldn't hear myself then? They weren't working. They weren't working. End of. But show went on, and that was it really. But I think I'd have to double check there was monitors before I sang there again, because I just looked an absolute fool, really, because there was just, from my point of view, I was shouting. And they played my slow ballad first, which was at the end of my set list before I came out, so that wasn't great. Like, I came out to my last song, which was a ballad, and I said to the manager, I went, she's playing the wrong song. And he went, do you want me to stop it and start again? I went, no, we've got to continue. We've just got to continue. So I came out to a slow song, and all the kids were ready to dance, and they heard Alleluia, Alexandra Burke, and I just thought, oh my God. But these things, they happen. Do you know what I mean? It is show business. Like, show must go on, and that's the way it goes. But yeah, I did sing at California Cliffs. I haven't got anything more booked at California Cliffs, because they probably thought I was horrendous singing, because I was shouting all the way through it, because the monitors weren't working. But it don't matter. I've got work, so it's fine, really. But I do like working at Park Dean. There are a lot of decent camps, to be honest with you, and I do quite like it. But that one didn't go according to plan, to be fair. Although the people that were there said that they enjoyed it, so I suppose that's the main thing, really, isn't it? But this weekend I'm singing. I'm off tomorrow night, and the reason I'm off tomorrow night is because Tim doesn't get back till late, so I couldn't book a gig in, and I'm going to go and pick him up from the airport, so it's going to be a late one. But the following night, I'm working at, where am I Saturday? I'm at the Watch House in Caister, so I don't know if any of you are familiar with Caister or live in the area. If you are, do come down. I think it's like an 8 o'clock start, I think. I'm going to double check that, but the Watch House is such a nice bar. Anybody can go in. You don't have to be staying on their holiday park, because it is a mini caravan park, but anybody can go into this bar. And if anyone is around, come down, come and say hi, get involved, and just have a lovely evening. It'd be really nice. You don't have to pay nothing to get in or anything like that. I don't know who you are, what's my name, but we get the picture. You think I look like Davina McCall. Nobody else thinks it, though. And then on Sunday, I'm working in Galston at a pub called the Dock Tavern. And it's going to be an interesting one, because the gentleman that's booked me was contemplating booking me a long time ago. And then it never came to fruition, really. And then he got in touch a couple of months ago and said he would like to book me. And I'm really excited about it, because I've been wanting to get in there for a while. And I think that, I guess a bit of pressure is on, in a way, because I want to make sure that I do a good job, because, like, say, he was going to book me a long time ago, but nothing ever came of it. So I want to make sure that I deliver a really good service. So, yeah, fingers crossed that all goes well. And I'm looking forward to doing one in Galston, because I don't actually have many gigs in Galston at all. I don't know why, but I just don't. It's quite strange. I'm getting more in Great Yarmouth now, more in Norwich, which is good. The holiday parks is great as well. But Galston, hardly any, which is really odd. But you just go where the call is, you get the messages, you get the call, and you just go, and that's the way it works. But I am excited about going to the dock, so it's going to be a good weekend. I just hope that I can manage to get my nails painted in time and get some songs learnt, like some new ones, because I'd like to do that. Mam Nan says, Gabby, if you believe, you will succeed. I think that is a really good, positive motto. Haha, Craig, Tim has a look of Ryan Reynolds, comedy gold. Who said that? I want to go to Gabby Starbuck Holiday Park, where she sings on an evening and hosts a coffee morning the next day by the sea. Sophie, that is a really nice thing to say. Well, I'm actually singing by the sea. Sophie, come down. Because actually, on Sunday, I've got the gig in Galston on Sunday, and I'm doing the coffee morning the next day, so you can have it, really. They haven't got taste in Galston, is why Jacko says. It's weird though, because back in the day, there was a pub this is when I first started out singing, so many moons ago. There was a pub called the Falstolf Arms. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it. I don't know, because a lot of you don't live in the area. And it was such a good pub. It was run by a woman called Teresa, and she was a legend. And I used to sing Just Like a Pill by Pink, and they absolutely loved it. They were just such a nice crowd. Like, I think I've got friends from that bar that'll be my friends forever, and they really supported me in the early days when I was not very professional, you know, and I'd get up and I'd probably even work with CDs and then they'd jump. So I'd be singing a song and then it'd jump halfway through and I'd be like, right, I'll just take that CD out and put another one in. But they loved it. They really enjoyed it, and I loved them, and it was great. But they knocked the pub down, right down at the ground, gone. And I was absolutely devastated. And then from that point on, I never really had anything in Galston since then, really. And there were moments like in the earlier days where I would like send my details to places and stuff like that. And I never really got any responses. And, you know, it does happen. You know, you message people, you email them. I did get someone that was really rude, actually. Like, at the beginning of the season, I did send like some details out because I thought, you know, I'm not working at the camp anymore. I am hitting the gigs hard. Like, I want my whole weekends filled. I don't just want to have 1 gig a weekend or 2. I want 3 if I can. So I went out there and I hit hard, and I messaged like a few places. And there was this one particular place that I emailed and I actually sent a Facebook message to, and the response I got back was really rude. And it was a guy saying, couldn't decide which message to respond to, couldn't decide whether I should respond to your message on Facebook or your email. And I thought, well, I'm not being funny, but if you're a business, you're going to send to both anyway, because you just want to make sure that the word gets to them either way. So that's not really that's a no-brainer. And this guy turned around and basically went, no thanks. He said, we've got plenty of girl singers, no thanks. And I just thought, that's really rude. Like, if you are a businessman, you don't message back in that tone. You have a professional approach. You don't message back in a rude tone. That's not how you do business. So to be perfectly honest with you, when I don't get work at some of these venues and people act like that, I feel almost relieved that I don't have gigs there, because I only like to work for people that, you know, where I'm appreciated, and people that are, what's the word? Respectful. I think, you know, I like to work for the more respectful companies and the reliable companies as well, you know, the pubs and the clubs and stuff like that. So I was kind of relieved that I didn't get anything there in the end. You know, you could look at it and go, oh God, you know, I could have had a gig there, but I blew it because I sent an email and I sent a Facebook message as well. Oh my God, what was I thinking? You know, but at the end of the day, if you're going to be rude, I don't want to work for you. Simple as. Anyway, I better go because I've been live for 82 minutes and you guys have got evenings to be getting on with, and my little boy probably needs feeding, to be honest with you. When I say feeding, like, I mean his milky time, because he's got to go down to bed. But it's been amazing catching up with you all. I absolutely love chatting to you all. I could chat to you all night. I really could. I could sit here and have this on for 12 hours and just chat. Like, it's really nice, and I really love all your support as well. Before I go, just to let you know, I've mentioned it before, so I'll mention it again. My vlog, hopefully, fingers crossed, all being well, I would say there's a 90% chance, I'd say 99% chance, to be fair, my vlog is going to go out tomorrow. So do tune in to the premiere and watch that. I hope you like it. It's going to be my one on Menorca. Then coming up after that, shortly after, you're going to get my son holiday one. So hopefully you like that. And in the meantime, I'm doing recording my next vlog, which I'm going to keep a nice surprise for you. Here's one for you. Have you subscribed to Holly's channel? Let me know in the chat. Put yes if you have, put no if you haven't. I really am intrigued to see who has subscribe to Holly's channel. I just want to get a bit of an idea. So if you could just put no or yes, that'd be great. And then I can just sort of, we've got a yes, we've got a yes, 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 yes. Oh, we've got a lot of yeses. That's good. That's good. Yes. Oh, Jenny says no. Yes, no, no, no. Okay. Well, if you haven't subscribed to Holly, now is the time to subscribe to Holly, because it's been a long time coming, but she has recorded her vlog and it's going to be going up very soon. And I am a witness that she has recorded it. It is there and it is ready to go. So now is the time to do that. I will post Holly's link in the description of this live. Obviously, I haven't done it yet, but I will do. Holly! I don't know if Holly's watching or not, because I was going to say she could come up and say hello. What's it going to be about? I don't know if it's a secret or not. Holly! I don't know if she can hear me. Holly! I don't think she's going to come up because I think she's watching Fumps, and Fumps might be out of his chair. Fumps has got a little high chair, a little comfy thing that he sits in and chills. But I think he might be out playing, so I think she's got to keep her eye on him. But she's recorded it. I don't want to give too much away. I don't know if it's a secret. I don't want to say, and then her turn around to me and say, "Oh, Mum, what did you tell him for?" Because it might be a bit of a surprise. I'm not sure, but it is like, it's a vlog. It's not a haul or anything like that. It is a vlog. So it's coming out. It's coming out. So now is the time to tune in. I'll put her link in the description so you can all tune in. Some of you might have been wondering as well what the whole channel membership thing is about, because you might see that some people have got channel members, and if you're obviously new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed, it's free to subscribe, and it would be lovely to have you on board. But I do offer channel memberships as well. With the channel memberships, for the price of a coffee, taking the words out of Tim's mouth, you can get priority responses, customize emojis, and you get a badge next to your name for every month you're a member. It changes colour. And we do have a higher tier for a little bit more, which shows you some behind the scenes footages, and that is where people found out about the sun holiday, because I gave a little bit of a sneaky preview away. So little things like that happen obviously when you're a super louder. So yeah, you could be a louder or you could be a super louder. So yeah, I offer that as well. And if you do want to become a member, obviously it's a great way to support the channel. It's just underneath the video to the right hand side, and you can click it and you can join there if you would like. But failing that, I appreciate. Hi all, sorry I can't come and say hello, got a babysit. There you go, there's Holly right there. So click on it, she's in the chat. Yeah, so it's a great way to support the channel. I was just looking through my coffee morning book and I saw that. Thank you, Chris. You get extras as a member. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that little plug there. Chris is, as you can see, Chris is a super louder, and he's been a super louder for 5 months, and he says you get extras as a member. Chris, are you enjoying your membership? Let me know. If you turn around and say no, I'm going to be thinking, oh my God, why did I ask you that? So hopefully you like it. So anyway, yeah, and also I am doing merch now. I have a merch shelf. So if you look down the bottom, you'll see what we've got. I haven't added anything new at the moment, but I'm doing the coffee morning mugs, which are like a limited edition. I've got normal mugs as well, and t-shirts, long sleeve. What percentage are you? Long sleeve tops, and I've done bags now as well, so it's worth a little nosy. And I've got coasters as well for the coffee morning, so that's pretty cool. So if you're interested in any of the merch, check out now. And sometimes there is a special offer on as well, so I will keep people posted on that. Gabby, you are a great mother. Thank you so much. I try. And also don't forget, follow me on Instagram if you haven't done. So I am, if you're on Instagram and you haven't followed me, I'm under Gabby Starbuck Vocalist. Obviously I post a lot of stories on there and keep everyone up to date with what's going on, like in my sort of whereabouts and stuff like that. And following me also on Facebook under Gabby Starbuck Vocalist Entertainer. It is my singing page, but it is a vocalist entertainer page, so I don't just post my singing stuff. I do put stuff on there about my YouTube as well, because it's all about entertainment, not just singing. So that would be amazing if you come and follow me and get on board. I just want to say thank you all for taking time to come and watch this evening. I know that I've just talked and talked and talked. I hope I haven't bored you all too much. But, you know, it's really good to offload sometimes. And I think that's what it's all about, offloading. So cheers to you all. Have a lovely evening, or what's left of it. And if I don't see you on the premiere tomorrow because you're busy or something else, I will definitely catch you on the coffee morning, or I'll just catch you soon. Take care, everyone. Love you all lots. Keep positive. Don't be like me, like I was on Tuesday. See you all.